Simple, healthy pasta dishes are essential for quick weeknight meals. Orecchiette with broccoli rabe fits that bill perfectly. Let me show you how to make it. While waiting for the pasta water to heat up, make a batch of quick toasted breadcrumbs. To do that, add some extra virgin olive oil to a saute pan over medium heat, and once hot, add the panko breadcrumbs. Ground up stale bread works great here too, but that's just not something I always have on hand. Panko has a permanent spot in my pantry and works perfectly here. Give those breadcrumbs a quick toss to evenly coat them with oil and bump the heat down if needed to keep them from burning. If you want a little kick in the pants, now's the time to include some crushed up red chili. Somewhere around a quarter teaspoon adds a nice subtle heat, but this measurement can be adjusted based on your preference. The breadcrumbs get a little toss to combine that crushed red chili, then it's time to add another optional ingredient, and that is finely chopped flat leaf parsley. It adds a bright and herbaceous note to the breadcrumbs when freshly prepared, but take note that this flavor kind of diminishes over time, so it's up to you whether or not you want to include them in your recipe. Again, those breadcrumbs get tossed or stirred to combine the ingredients. Most importantly though, this frequent step of tossing or stirring keeps the panko moving in the pan so the breadcrumbs are toasted evenly and they don't get burned. Hit that pan with some salt to taste, give it one more toss, and then when ready, this is what toasted breadcrumbs should look like, lightly golden brown throughout with a proper ratio of optional ingredients to breadcrumb. The toasted breadcrumbs are spread out onto a paper towel to cool. Next, place them in a container with a lid. A to-go container works perfectly here. Then, store the breadcrumbs until you need them. They keep for about a week. By now, the pasta water should be boiling, so the dried orecchiette are added to the pot. Orecchiette means little ear in Italian. Well, because they look like little ears. This shape is a perfect vehicle for scooping up the sauce and the chopped broccoli rabe in this dish. Okay, while the pasta's cooking, it's a perfect time to prepare the rest of the dish. Add some olive oil to a saute pan, and when hot, add the chopped broccoli rabe, also known as rapini. No, it's not related to broccoli whatsoever. Doesn't taste like it either. Broccoli rabe is actually in the turnip family, and it has a pleasing bitter taste. Not exactly sure what to look for at the market? Here's a closer look. Rapini has florets similar to broccoli, but less of them. Actually, there should be more leaves than florets. The stem is robust too. All parts are edible, and it's typically sold in bunches, and broccoli rabe should be pretty easy to find around town. Give the rapini a stir so it's cooked evenly, and I don't think I mentioned it before, but the pan should be over medium heat. After a few minutes, add some finely chopped garlic. And guess what? Yep, you're going to stir to incorporate. Then let the mixture cook for a minute or so, making sure not to burn that garlic. Next up, add some anchovy paste. Now, before you turn your nose and walk away, just hear me out. This dish does not taste like oily fish. When used appropriately, anchovies add a fantastic sort of salty umami flavor to a dish without overpowering it. Don't be grossed out by the anchovies, okay? Give this recipe a try and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Go ahead and add a little water to the pan. This is going to help the anchovy paste dissolve. Then, when the pasta's ready, dump it into the pan with the rest of the ingredients. Give the pan a toss or stir the ingredients around, then add more pasta water as needed to help create a sauce. Hit it with a little bit more olive oil as well and keep tossing. Eventually, the starchy water and oil will form an emulsion. Give the pasta a taste and adjust the seasoning as necessary. Then transfer the pasta to an appropriately sized bowl, or in this case, a plate bowl. You know what I'm talking about. Just plate it up. The toasted breadcrumbs made earlier are used to finish this dish. In the old days, I believe this was a way to use up old bread, but for today's recipe, this condiment is included for a little bit of crunch. All right, taste test time. Let's see here. All right, moment of truth. I'm getting a pleasant bitterness from that broccoli rabe, and the punch of garlic goes really, really well with that. I'm getting some really nice depth of flavor from that anchovy paste, and you just really can't get that without adding it. And of course, there's some heat from the chili and the toasted breadcrumbs. Rounds out the dish nicely. Some texture from those breadcrumbs as well. If you like the dish, give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.